Hey guys, welcome to Big Loz Official. Uncle Loz here with lovely Liz. I think that's the name they're going for now.
Yeah, it's better than Auntie. That's fine.
Okay.
Lovely's fine.
So the World Ultimate Strongman have announced today a date change for the contest in Bahrain. I'm going to tell you all about it, remind you of the athletes that are competing, the events they're going through, and we will give you our predictions. Elizabeth, tell the people what they need to know.
Okay, so originally, obviously, competition was supposed to take place this Saturday. So the
27th of February.
Saturday, the 27th of February. The athletes have known about this for a little while, that the date was being postponed. They haven't suddenly sprung this on the athletes the week they were supposed to travel. It's because of a local lockdown that they've had there because of, restrictions. We all know the story there. But they've kind of held off on announcing a new date because obviously they had people to let know, they had to tell their sponsors, etc., and they didn't want to set a date and then have to chop and change. They wanted to wait until they were absolutely certain about when this competition could go ahead. And the fact that they've announced it today seems like very good news. Obviously, Don called earlier. He seemed a bit less harassed, which is always nice to see.
It's such a hard time for promoters right now. I really do feel for them. For all of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Working with these guys on this, but all the promoters, it's so tough right now.
Yeah. But fingers crossed, maybe a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel in the UK with the arena shows. Obviously, we heard today an announcement from our government that all being well, then we should expect some sort of normality later this year, which would,
be nice to get back to just that normal, going to contests, lots of fans there.
Alive.
seeing more people than the people that live in these four walls. I love you.
I love you too, but no, I need other people too.
So, the new date.
Yes. So the new date is the 13th of March. So that is in 2 weeks, nearly 3 weeks time, isn't it? It's about 2.5 weeks time, and it's a Saturday.
It is.
Thanks
for that.
I don't know why that's important.
It is. So it's going to be live streamed on Core Sport. It's also going to be live on ESPN for people in the States.
And it's going to be live on the Rogue Fitness YouTube channel.
Excellent. I'm doing the commentary along with Andy Shepherd. For those that don't know Andy, he is a commentator for the WWE.
Yes.
So
he's a professional commentator.
Professional commentator, loves Strongman. He's a proper Strongman fan. We've been communicating. He genuinely loves the sport, so it's quite nice to be working with a commentator that is like a pro in terms of what he does, but someone that's a fan as well. So from my side of things, being more of the Strongman expert, I think it's going to be a good dynamic.
Yeah, it should work.
Make sure you guys tune into us on that. We'll quickly go through the events, the athletes, and then we're going to do our predictions. And as we do now, we have forfeits for the losers of these predictions. Liz has become like scientific with her predictions now.
Do you know why? Because I swear there's a conspiracy going on. Anyone who's watched our channel for long enough knows I always used to get these right until we introduced the forfeit element. And I don't know if it's, pressure to perform or what, but suddenly I can't get anything right.
When it gets competitive, then I perform.
Suddenly, just put it out of the bag. I don't know how you do it. I have to win.
This is a tough show to predict.
This is. And we'll go into the reasons why in just a second.
So the events. There's going to be 5 events this year's, I say this year's, their first contest this year. It's the World Ultimate Strongman in Bahrain. And it's starting, they've called it the death lift.
The axle death lift.
Yes. I hope no one is going to die doing this lift. It's a partial deadlift, but for reps and with a slight twist. I believe it's like a pyramided up set. So they're going to start, I think, with 300 kilos and then add weight for reps. But the athletes have to put their own weights on. A little bit like I've seen in the CrossFit Games and stuff like that before. It's a little bit of a twist. I've not seen this done in a strongman competition before. It's going to be very interesting to see how quickly people transition. It's a weird one. I'm not sure what I think about it yet.
No, I think I'm going to have to see it to fully decide whether I like or dislike it.
But I
think the final lift, once it's fully loaded, is 440 kilos.
Which is massive.
Don't quote me on that. Yeah, so I think ultimately the deciding factor might not be how quickly they can load the plates, because I don't think anyone would be happy if that was the case. But obviously a lot of guys are going to max out at around the same point, so speed is going to be a factor there.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, and when you think of Strongman a few years ago, I'd agree with you totally. But look at this list. Look how many 1,000-pound plus deadlifters are in this. And if it's elevated, it's not easier because it's a different. If some guys are actually better from the floor, someone like Novikov much better when it's higher up. So it's going to be an interesting one. And literally, you've got. I mean, just off the top of my head, you've got Heinler, who's a great deadlifter, JF Karan, Adam Bishop, returning Janasha, who's an incredible deadlifter. Yeah. I know
Terry Holland's on his day is a great deadlifter as well.
There's really no poor deadlifters.
No.
You've got a whole list of athletes, all 400 plus kilo deadlifters, with a good proportion of them over or close to the 1,000-pound mark.
Mm-hmm. So it's going to be interesting.
It's a hard event to predict. Before I was just going through these events, I was literally saying, there's only one or two events I can really think
that guy will win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really hard to pick the rest of the events, and that's going to make it an interesting competition.
Definitely. So event number 2, now this is what's making it really difficult to predict. Event number 2 is a mystery event. So we have no idea, no one's going to know until we get there and the guys have the opportunity to try out the equipment. Now they've promised that their priority is safety. So it's not going to be something ridiculously heavy, but it's going to be something that, something maybe slightly different to what we're used to seeing. Which
I'm really curious to see what they do.
I'm
whether it's going to be something that's completely new, or I don't think it will be.
What would you guess? I would guess maybe like the old bale totes, like arm over arms and stuff like that.
I don't know. It depends if they've got new equipment or not.
Yeah.
That would be investing into new equipment, which hopefully is something they're looking at. But I also know what equipment they've got and used in the past.
Okay.
So I think I don't know. I really don't know. It's going to be interesting to get out there and see how the athletes respond to that as well, to not be able to train for an event.
Some of the guys will be fine.
Oh, a lot of the guys. You take someone like Karan, he's just used to turning up to compete, not knowing what the events are.
Going on.
Other guys really like to know.
Yeah.
Certain athletes just want to be prepared as well as possible, and then you get the guys who are a bit more laid back. So it's going to be interesting to see how they cope, but I don't think it'll be anything too crazy.
No.
I think it'll be something that they're all well trained in.
Yeah.
And it will just be a matter of on the day who can be in the best shape
for it.
Yeah. So the next event is the dumbbell for reps, 100 kilo dumbbell for reps. This for me is one of the easier events to predict, and you should never say easy when it comes to strongman. No. Anything can happen. There's always great performances that happen. There's mistakes made, injuries happen. But for me, Novikov is the head and shoulders clear favourite on the dumbbell with this group of athletes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Carry and load.
What were the implements again?
So it's a 100 kilo tyre and a 120 kilo shield.
Yes, yeah. So we've seen that shield used there before. And then the last implement is an Atlas stone, isn't it? So
I believe so.
We haven't seen Atlas stone loading for years.
I've seen it at Old World Strongest Man contests, a couple of Super Series shows.
Yeah.
But never with one this heavy. And it doesn't sound that heavy. It's 140 kilos. But when you've got to run with 140 kilos, that's tough. And also, it's one of those things, if you make a mistake on it, it's tough. And there's a bunch of athletes here that are fast and fit.
Yeah.
And this is a tough one to predict. Tom Stoltman, incredibly fast athlete. Novikov, incredibly fast. Irvin Toots, Luke Stoltman's fast. The whole...
There's loads of fast athletes in this. It's going to be a close one, I think.
This could be a real...
It could be the decider, ultimately. If someone makes a mistake on an event like this, when they're expecting to do well, that could be it for them.
Definitely. And the final event is the now famous 10-stone Atlas Stone run. And this is the other event that you have to give to Tom Stoltman.
Yeah.
He's the world record holder on it. No, we don't give. He's got to turn up and perform.
Yeah.
But recent performances, you put him as the heavy favourite on this event.
Yeah, you would.
Who do you think could potentially push Tom on this run, this stone run? That's competing.
No.
And that's not being disrespectful to the other guys.
It's
just how good Tom is
at it.
On the stones.
There's lots of great stone lifters. So many great stone lifters.
I mean, I would say a fully fit Kiliashkovsky could maybe get close.
Am I right in thinking Bobby Thompson's great at stones?
They're all great stone lifters.
I don't know.
But I don't know anyone that's on Tom's level that I've consistently seen that just throws up stones. almost like pebbles.
I know.
I've been unlucky enough to be against Tommy Stones, and
Yeah.
you're halfway through and he's done.
Yeah.
And you're just thinking, oh my god, I was slow. And you look and you're doing quite well.
Yeah.
But he's very, very good at stones.
So the athlete lineup for this competition then, we've just mentioned him, Tom Stoltman, and of course, big brother Luke Stoltman.
Last time in the world,
he came second.
Yeah. Second place, beat his brother. He's a great strongman.
Current world's strongest man, Mr. Alexei Novikov, will be there.
We haven't even mentioned this guy, and this next guy. He's an awesome
Mikhail
athlete.
Shivlikov. Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy to see Mikhail back competing again. Rauno Heinler, he's going to be there, which is
He's
great
had
to
a
see.
recent horrible injury in his hand.
I saw a picture on Instagram, proper gross.
That's going to be interesting to see how that affects him. 'Cause
Frankenstein
it's
finger.
2 weeks. It's not a long time to recover.
No, and there's no grip events in this competition, but it's going to surely be really painful for
A
carrying.
hindrance, even if it's still swollen.
Yeah.
On things like the deadlift. I mean, he's a tough guy. Don't get me wrong. He'll block out the pain, but it is a distraction.
Yeah.
It looks horrible. If you go and check out his Instagram, it's grim.
If you really want to.
Yeah.
JF Karan. JF's in great shape right now, so excited to see how he's looking.
First of the Iranians, Ramin Farjanad. This
Yes.
guy is very, very strong. Had a very terrible accident, or I don't even know if it was an accident. I think he actually got shot.
Yeah.
But it's great to see that he's recovered.
He actually competed at WUS in 2019,
And
didn't
did very
he?
well.
Yeah, he beat some big names. And
He's a huge deadlifter.
yeah. He did really well on the medley as well. He was really quick. He came like 4th, I think. So.
I think, going through what he's gone through, I'm not kind of sure what kind of shape he's in right now. But if he's in his top shape, he's another, threat.
One of those, people might not be keeping an eye on him and just suddenly come and surprise you. Then we've got Adam Bishop. He's still current Britain's strongest man, isn't he? Yeah. And then Konstantin Janasha.
Looking forward to seeing what shape Konstantin's in.
Yeah.
We've not seen him properly since Worlds 2019.
That was when he had that injury, yeah.
I know he came back for the 400 kilo deadlift, but he clearly wasn't in his best shape.
No.
Hopefully he's back to his best and, is a real threat for the competition.
Yeah. Then we've got Mr. Terry Hollins. We've got Irvin Toots. We've got Ivers Schmackstelis. Did I mess up his name?
No, you didn't.
Bobby Thompson. He's coming along. Who's that?
Ethel
Ingolson. He's from Iceland, isn't he?
And another Iranian, Mohammed Estapor.
Thank you.
I don't know too much about Mohammed.
No.
But I know the Iranians are strong. They've got some, you've got Payman, who's an incredible deadlifter.
Yeah.
They got a real history of strength. Olympic weightlifting, wrestling, stuff like that. So they usually don't send, people to make up numbers.
No.
The athletes are usually pretty good, and we saw...
And these guys have won qualifiers to come to this show. So if people are asking why is Payman not there, it's because these guys won those competitions. I don't believe Payman was in...
I don't know what's good. I don't even know if it's that. I think there's 2 different federations in Iran as well.
Okay.
So I don't know exactly, but they've got some great athletes. But it's a great lineup, even with some of the names that you'd like to see there. I know Lissis is still kind of coming back from injury. Kinishkovsky, obviously.
Yeah.
I spoke to Brian Shaw about why he wasn't doing it, and Brian and I had a long conversation. If you haven't seen that, go and check out the Talking Strongman with Brian. It was really, really good. He's just been very, very busy and
he said the
respond
deadlines were quite short
in time. It's a shame to not see him, but he is becoming a bit more selective about the shows he does. Coming to the end of not the end of his career, but being selective about the shows that he does.
Yeah.
But it's still a hell of a lineup.
And I think it's an exciting lineup as well, because so often in competition we're used to seeing pretty much the same list of guys do pretty much the same type of events. So this is going to be quite different. I think that's why this is so difficult to predict, because it's not the people we're used to seeing all the time.
No, it's going to be interesting. It really is. I mean, I don't know if you've done your prediction.
No, you stopped me. You were like, come on, Lizzie, we've got a film now. And I was like, in the middle of the archives.
I thought you were putting way too much
I was
thought
going
into
deep.
this. It's got to be fun with these predictions.
Well, it will be fun if I get it right. Go on then. Go on. Hit me with your best shot.
Well, like you say, it is really hard to predict. And I'm sure everyone's got their ideas. And, the easy thing is to throw out Alexei Novikov as the winner of this show. I think coming off his world's strongest man, looking at the events, they're not bad for him. The higher deadlift, I think, suits him. Dumbbell is very good. He's an excellent mover with moving events. I think the mystery event won't bother him. He tends to adapt pretty well. He's used to competing in lots of different shows. He's got experience with different types of kit. I think it's going to be hard for him to get beat in this show.
Okay.
I think he's got confidence. I think he's going to have the target on his back. Obviously, as world's strongest man, everyone's going to want to beat him. But I'm going to put my neck on the line and say Alexei Novikov for the win.
Okay. Do you want to hear mine?
Yes.
I'm going to say Tom for the win.
Okay.
Because I think Tom is going to beat Alexei in the stones,
I agree with you there.
in the medley,
Okay.
and in the mystery event.
I like that you've got this confidence in Tom in the mystery event. You're going to be gutted if it's a Hercules hold.
Oh God, like, come on, Tom, train that grip. No, I think that when I look at them as athletes, I just think Tom's one of those that's built to handle almost anything. Grip is a weakness of his, and that's what's let
Hopefully
me down.
he's been working on it. But,
Hopefully, yeah. But
Tom's getting better and better and better every comp.
yeah, and I'm going with Tom. I think he's gonna possibly have 3 event wins. I think he will be near the top on the deadlift. He's really been bringing that deadlift.
He doesn't look to have a weakness anymore. You look at Tom's performances over the last year or two, he's just improved and improved.
And I think if he can place top 5 in the dumbbell, then I think we're golden.
We saw his pressing.
His
pressing at World's Strongest Man was excellent. I know he's working hard on it. He's filling. I mean, his frame's huge, but he's filling it out now.
Yeah.
And he just looks. He's got that look of a Thor Bjornsson.
Yeah.
And we know how good Thor was, and Tom. I'm not going to disagree with you. I think it's a great pick. And he's who I've got as second.
Alexei's my second.
Yeah. Third place.
Third place is what's really
much harder.
Go on then, gentlemen first.
This is literally just a lottery now. I it's a very, very hard competition to pick.
I know.
And I've looked through the athletes, and I love JF Karan. I always kind of root for him.
You got to stop rooting for him too hard though, because you let him down.
Yeah, that's true. So, just because I would love this to be the case.
No, you're going to pick the same as me.
I don't know.
You're going to go for Mikhail Shivlikov?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going for Mikhail.
Oh, damn, I give away my card.
You throw your card away now. I really want to see this guy come back in his best shape. And I think they're not bad events for him.
Go on.
He's an extremely good deadlifter. He's a great all-round athlete. And he's still pretty young. I'm going to pick Janasha for third place.
That'd be great.
I'm hoping to see he's had that time off. He's been hungry. I've spoken to him very briefly, and he says he's in good shape. So I'm going to put Janasha there as my number 3 this time.
That'd be really good. I'm putting Mikhail because I want it to happen. Now, when I look at some of the others, I don't know that much about them. I know Ivers is an amazing strongman, but I know the deadlift is a weakness for him, and he might place near bottom for that. Oh, I don't want to.
I don't even think that's a harsh thing to say when you look at how many great deadlifters are.
Exactly.
You just go through the list.
I know Irvin was injured in November, which is why I'm not putting him right up there. Oh God, Bishop. Like Bish,
These are good events for Bish as well.
There they are. Can I change my mind?
You can change your mind.
Oh no.
You can change your mind.
Oh, it's so hard. It's really difficult.
This is why I don't think too hard about it. I'm just like...
I'm a massive overthinker, clearly. I used to just go with my heart and get it right.
So you're going to change your mind and go for Bish, and if Shivlikov comes out in the third, you'll be gutted.
No, I won't, because what a great consolation to see Mikhail place on a podium at a competition like this. All right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change my third place to Adam Bishop. Luke, stop.
Luke? Are we not going to pick Luke?
No.
Okay. Sorry, Luke.
Sorry, Luke. I'm just thinking practically about the events. No, I'm going to go with Bish. Bish for third. Yeah.
So you've got Tom Stoltman first.
Yeah.
Novikov second.
Yeah.
Bish third.
Yeah.
Good solid podium that.
Thank you.
And I've gone for Novikov, Tom, Janasha.
I don't know why yours sounds more correct. I'm getting paranoid. Yours sounds like more likely. But
why?
I don't know. Just because you keep winning.
She's just worried.
I am.
So you guys, let us know your predictions.
Yes.
Let us also know what forfeit you'd like to see.
Please be kind.
No hair cutting off.
No.
No beard cutting off.
No.
If I'm going to do the beard off, it's got to be for charity at least, not for...
Yeah, not for stupid bloody prediction.
But we can put Liz into like a cold pool or something. That would be, or
God.
me.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be as funny if it was me.
No. No one cares to see that.
Yeah, I've been in the cold pool with the Stoltmans before. And
there's a video for that too.
But yeah, that's our predictions, guys. That's the competition. We'll be out there. Liz will be bringing behind the scenes action. Tune into Core Sports, ESPN, Rogue Fitness channel to make sure you watch the show. Check out the World Ultimate Strongman Instagram page for updates, and we'll be back with more strength action soon. While you're here, guys, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my awesome strength content.